Hello everyone, this is Nandita Paradkar and I will be providing an overview of the Gallows Road Multimodal Study with improvement alternatives for all roadway users. As part of the second round of public outreach, we conducted 3 in-person meetings for each segment of the corridor, and the information presented during these meetings is available through this recording. The topics include providing a recap on the study background, purpose, and the process we used to conduct the study, provide an overview of the feedback received during the last round of public outreach held in September 2023, give an update on the future transportation improvement alternatives, along with analysis results with pedestrian, bicycle, vehicle, and safety assessments, provide a comparison of the alternatives, go over the possible options for bicycle and pedestrian connectivity across the Beltway, and give an update on next steps and schedule. We are looking for feedback from the community to build a preferred concept along the Gallows corridor. Some background on the study here and how this came about. Site-specific plan amendment was adopted within the Merrifield Suburban Center in 2018, with adding redevelopment options for the two sites, Fairview Park and Innova Center for Personalized Health, resulting in an evaluation of Gallows Road as it borders this area, and also assess the parallel facilities along Gallows for any impacts. As part of this evaluation, we are conducting a comprehensive study of multimodal transportation improvements along Gallows Road corridor from Tysons in north to Greater Annandale in south. For the ease of analysis and outreach, the corridor was divided into 3 segments. Segment 1, also called the northern segment, shown in green, is between Route 7 and I-66. Segment 2, middle segment, in blue, is the corridor between I-66 and I-495. Segment 3, the southern segment, in red, is between I-495 and Columbia Pike and Little River Turnpike. The other part of this study, we are also looking for possible options for bicycle and pedestrian connectivity across I-495 for improved mobility connecting east and west sides of the interstate. We are looking at 6 different locations with recommendations for 2 to 3 locations based on community feedback. Here's an overview of the study process we are using to conduct this study and to give you an update on where we are within this process. We completed existing conditions analysis and presented the results in our first round of public outreach held end of last year in 2023. After receiving feedback, we have been working on the future conditions and testing the improvement alternatives, with each alternative focusing on different modes of travel, including active transportation focused, transit alternative, and vehicle focused alternative. We have results to share this round from the analysis of these alternatives. After receiving your feedback on the alternatives, we will have recommendations for a preferred concept for the entire corridor, addressing the different needs for each segment of the corridor. We will then wrap up the study with near-term and long-term recommendations, with a third round of public outreach, possibly in spring of 2025. Here's to give you an overview of the feedback received from last round of public meetings. Respondents predominantly like to see bicycle and pedestrian related improvements along Gallows Road, with new and improved bicycle lanes, crosswalks, pedestrian signals, and sidewalks and shared use paths, along with safety improvements. Delving into the characteristics of the design alternatives, for vehicle-focused alternative 1, we are looking at design changes that influence driver behavior to improve safety, which could be achieved by visually narrowing the corridor by reducing the lane widths to reduce the speeds. For transit alternative 2, the goal is to improve reliability, increase frequency, and enhance connectivity. Some of the improvements to achieve this would include dedicated bus lane for bus rapid transit, BRT with transit signal priority, along with bus boarding islands, and provide better bus stop amenities. The active transportation alternative will include high quality bicycle and pedestrian facilities, repurposing the available right of way. The facilities in general will include wide sidewalks, high visibility crosswalks, and refuge islands with one-way cycle track. Here's a recap of the existing conditions and the characteristics of northern segment. In general, the northern segment has some residential land uses and some retail. This and middle segment have a high percentage of trips compared to the southern segment, has narrow sidewalks and infrequent pedestrian crossings, which result in low pedestrian comfort, not comfortable bicycle facilities with discontinuity, and the segment has some safety at-risk locations and basic bus stop amenities with moderate transit ridership, showing a sample cross-section here, which is representative of the segment. This is location between Cedar Lane and Electric Avenue. Again, within the segment, we know that no two spots are the same and the cross-sections vary. But the existing cross-section typically has two travel lanes in each direction, turn lanes, cycle track without safety buffer, and substandard sidewalks. This is what we are proposing for the three alternatives for this segment. For vehicle-focused alternative, we are looking at two travel lanes in each direction, reducing the inside travel lane width to 10 feet to reduce the vehicle speeds. This will also include wider bicycle lane, landscape panels to plant trees, and about 5-foot sidewalks on both sides. This will also include exclusive left turns at certain intersections based on the volumes. For transit alternative, we are looking at one car lane in each direction and a dedicated bus lane along with bicycle and pedestrian facilities similar to alternative 1. For the active transportation alternative 3, we are proposing the travel lanes similar to alternative 1, moving the bicycle facilities to the west side with wider sidewalks and landscape panels of about 6 feet. This is a recap of the existing conditions and the characteristics of middle segment. In general, the middle segment has some retail and hospital traffic, has the highest congestion within the corridor with sidewalk gaps north and south of I-495 without continuous protected bicycle facility. This is a cluster of safety hotspots and at-risk locations. This segment has highest transit ridership and high quality bus stop amenities. Sample cross-section is shown here, which is representative of this segment. This is location south of Prescott Drive, that is south of I-66, as it is today with 3 lanes in each direction, including turn lane with sidewalks. This is what we are proposing for the 3 alternatives for the middle segment. For vehicle-focused alternative, we are looking at similar configuration as the existing conditions for travel lanes, but with reduced lane widths, 10-foot inside lanes, 11-foot outside lanes, and 11-foot turn lanes, with shared use path and landscape panels on both sides of roadway. For transit alternative, we are looking at median running transit through this segment. The third lane will be utilized for dedicated transit lane with sidewalks and landscape panels similar to alternative 1. For the active transportation alternative 3, we are proposing bi-directional bicycle facility on the west side with 2 travel lanes in each direction with turn lanes and shared use path and landscape panels similar to other alternatives. For the southern segment, this is to show the existing conditions and the characteristics. In general, the segment is mostly residential um, with some congestion, with high speeds, narrow sidewalks with gaps, missing crosswalks, no continuous protected bicycle facility, and most severe crash hotspots seen in the corridor, poor transit service, low ridership, and missing bus stop amenities. And showing a typical cross-section here within the segment. Location is south of Aston Street, as it is today, with 2 lanes in each direction, with substandard sidewalks. This is what we are proposing for the alternatives. For vehicle-focused alternative, we are looking at 2 travel lanes in each direction, reducing the inside travel lane width to 10 feet to reduce the vehicle speeds. This will include about 5-foot sidewalks and landscape panels to plant trees on both sides of roadway. For transit alternative, we are looking at 1 car lane in each direction and a dedicated bus lane with similar pedestrian facilities and landscape panels as alternative 1. For the active transportation alternative 3, we are proposing 1 travel lane in each direction with shared turn lane and bidirectional bicycle facility on one side of roadway. But south of Annandale and Gallows Road split, we are proposing a cycle track on both sides of roadway, both on Annandale Road and Gallows Road. For the transit-focused alternative, this is showing approximate locations for BRT stations for the entire corridor. We are looking at connection to Tyson's West Park Transit Station in the north and Franconia Springfield Metro Station in the south, with several stops along the corridor. We are proposing around 10 stops. You can see more stations in the middle segment where density is the highest. We are looking at curb running BRT in the northern and southern segments and median running BRT in the middle segment. BRT would continue on Hummer Road in mixed traffic in southmost section. If the transit alternative is selected as an element in the preferred concept, this could connect to the planned Route 7 BRT running from Tysons to West Falls Church, and the connection would occur near Tysons Mall at the proposed Fletcher Street station, with possible connection with Lincolnia south of Annandale. The transit alternative does not, it does show that the BRT increases ridership by around 10%. The corridor currently has connector routes 401 and 402, which are the highest ridership lines in the county. The BRT could expand this service and offer a more reliable trip. As part of active transportation alternative 3, we are also looking to test off-street cycle track to reduce conflicts and delays at signals. This next section lays out a comparison with pros and cons for each of the 3 alternatives. For vehicle-focused alternative, the benefits include reduced congestion at several intersections, continuous and wide sidewalks where there is sufficient right-of-way available, incorporating traffic calming features. On the con side, this alternative does not substantially improve the pedestrian level of comfort, does not provide a low-stress bicycle facility along the corridor, and fewer safety countermeasures compared to alternatives 2 and 3. For the transit-focused alternative, the pros include providing a more reliable bus travel along the corridor, reducing the vehicle travel demand by providing a reliable alternative to driving. BRT could increase ridership by about 10%, enabling safety countermeasures at intersections and BRT stations. And the disadvantages include more congestion compared to the other alternatives because of lower vehicle capacity, with no dedicated bicycle facility along the corridor. The active transportation-focused alternative provides exclusive bicycle facility for most of the corridor, improves pedestrian level of comfort, and adds numerous safety countermeasures with some reduction in the number of vehicle trips, but it reduces vehicle capacity, leading to more vehicle congestion compared to alternative 1, which would also lead to reducing existing transit speed and reliability. The analysis results on beltway crossings are covered in different recordings, but coming to the next steps, we are looking for your feedback on the alternative concepts and also on bicycle and pedestrian bridge across I-495. The survey is available through mid-December. After we receive feedback, we will continue with the analysis for a preferred concept. We will share the recommendations for a preferred concept with the community to receive feedback during our 3rd round of public outreach to be held in spring of 2025. We plan to wrap up the study with final recommendations and documentation in summer of 2025. That ends the overview of the Gallows Road Study and analysis completed so far.